1226 on Twitter to keep informed with the latest happening near you.
From the station that's on your side, breaking news.
Breaking news first at 5. Governor Brian Kemp has just announced our area will get a mass vaccination site. We have just learned that site will go at the Word of Life Church in Sandersville in Washington County. That is about 45 minutes or so up I-20 from Augusta. We've learned that will start March 17th. Anyone living in Washington County can register now, but starting Sunday, anyone in the state who meets the criteria can sign up to get vaccinated there. Governor Kemp says we're finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Based on what I'm seeing and reading and talking to other governors, I feel very optimistic that as we move into late spring, early summer, we're going to be a much different place than we are right now.
Which is certainly good news to hear. Now to Capitol Hill, where talks about whittling down the number of Americans who could get money in the latest COVID relief plan are ongoing. The Senate preparing to take up the House bill. However, now it looks like a deal has been made that could change all that. Natalie Brand breaks down what's in the works.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate could begin consideration of the president's $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief plan as soon as Wednesday night.
The American Rescue Plan will be the single largest anti-poverty bill in recent history.
We're adding all this money to the national debt in the name of a rescue package.
Ahead of legislation moving to the floor, CBS News has confirmed that President Biden struck a deal with moderate Democrats to make the $1,400 direct payments more targeted. They will now end at $80,000 for single filers and $160,000 for joint filers.
He is comfortable with where the negotiations stand. Of course, there are going to be ongoing discussions.
The COVID relief vote in the Senate will look different than the one in the House. There will be up to 20 hours of debate, followed by what's known as a vote-a-rama, during which various amendments can be proposed.
The last thing we need is Neanderthal thinking that in the meantime everything's fine, take off your mask.
Wednesday, the president and top health officials pushed back after some states, including Texas, announced they are loosening COVID restrictions such as limited capacity and mask mandates.
Every individual is empowered to do the right thing here, regardless of what the states decide.
The White House's COVID response team has also announced a new initiative to help older, high-risk Americans get vaccinated, working with healthcare insurance providers to help vulnerable senior citizens book appointments and arrange transportation.
The White House press secretary announced that starting next week, a federal program will prioritize getting educators, school employees, and even child care workers at least one dose of the COVID vaccine by the end of March. Augusta Mayor Hardy Davis speaking out today about the president's COVID relief plan. He was joined by several other mayors across the state. Now he says Georgians are struggling and we have a chance to help them with this. They're urging other state leaders to get involved and to focus on the people and the small businesses that help drive the country.
Georgians across this entire state, they have suffered incredible and unimaginable losses. And we've got an opportunity with the American Rescue Plan really to help shape and change people's lives and hopefully return to a place that we refer to as the new normal.
The mayor says if there was ever a time to get involved, it is now. He says the state is fortunate to have 2 Democratic senators. 4 homes on Telfair Street damaged by fires last week. Arson investigators say someone set them on purpose, but we also have a lot of accidental house fires. So many that a new study found Augusta ranks 3rd in the entire nation for home fires. Wrdw is live for us, and Will, the fire department is really working to cut down on the number of fires they're seeing here.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Meredith, and you can say that it's just the tip of the iceberg here, and home fires in Augusta are not all that uncommon. You can see the house right here behind me burned down just last week. It's currently under investigation for arson at this time, and this is generally what the houses in the downtown area look like after those home fires. The Augusta Fire Department tells me that there's ways to prevent this, and that they happen in so many different ways. And this was the scene, we're going to take you to it, last week here on Telfair in 1st Street as 4 homes burned down. Crews worked to put out yet another fire in the downtown area. Fire officials say that Augusta is the third leading city in the nation for home fires and fire risks, according to Hartford Insurance. That's based off the department's fire call history and damage claims. They say these types of house fires are seen in the downtown area because of older buildings, higher homeless populations, and people in need of shelter during colder months. The average calls for the month of these structured fires is currently at 27, which is slightly above average even though we're only 2 months into the year. They typically see about 23 to 25 calls a month. That's a number they say is much too high already. One woman knows the feeling of losing her home due to a fire all too well. You may remember Trinae Dixon, who lost her home to a fire back in November after it spread from the house next door.
Life has been so hard since the fire. Like, the struggles of trying to find a home, motel to motel, like, it has been very, very hard.
And coming up at 6 o'clock, we hear from the Augusta Fire Department on ways that Augusta can...
Also on ways they can cut down the house fires in Augusta, something that needs to happen. Thanks for that update, Will. 3 Augusta schools went on lockdown today after a bomb threat was received. If you have our app, you first heard this around lunchtime or so. Parents received this message. It read in part, out of an abundance of caution, the sheriff's office is assembling a canine team to search the schools. Those schools were Cross Creek High School, Pine Hill Middle School, and Goshen Elementary School. The lockdown was lifted by 1:45 this afternoon. Take a look outside. Grovetown, the gateway to Grovetown there. Look at those bluebird skies out there. Not a cloud in the sky. And boy, that is much different than we started the morning. Chief Meteorologist Riley is looking at this. Riley Hale, what do you see there on satellite behind you? I'm very distracted by this. I don't want any more rain. I'm tired of it.
We are finally seeing those clouds break, Meredith. It is a much better afternoon for us, a complete 180 from where we were this time yesterday. And looking at visible satellite, you can definitely see that cloud cover clearing out towards our east. So this is just showing clear skies for us. It is beautiful out there. Let's take a look over Aiken County. We're seeing blue skies there as well. Temperatures currently in the low 60s this afternoon in Aiken County. Those winds are fairly light coming out of the northwest, and they're going to stay out of the northwest, which is helping pump in a little bit drier air for us. But if you have any plans this evening, it is going to be beautiful. We're expecting to stay clear, and as far as temperatures go, we're expecting to generally just be falling into the 40s as we head past midnight, and then those temperatures late tonight into early tomorrow morning, most likely bottoming out into the 30s for many of us. So we will bring back a little bit of a chill out there early tomorrow morning. But tomorrow afternoon should be fantastic. We're talking high temperatures back above average. Should be able to hit the 70s by tomorrow. Have much more coming up in that full forecast.
All right, I'm just excited about all our new graphics. That looks really neat over there, Riley. Yeah, loving our new studio. Governor Henry McMaster opening 18th. The art scene around Augusta is getting bigger. Today, some turtles got in the mix. This is the latest piece at the Lake Olmsted Trailhead on Millage Road. It's called Basking Sliders, and it's inspired by something you probably see a lot if you spend time out on the water.
If you ever go out on the canal, one of the first things you're going to see is these crazy turtles, particularly if it's a sunny day, up on the logs, sunning themselves with their heads stuck up in the air when the boat goes by. And a few years ago, we adopted that turtle as our canal mascot.
Those turtles are called yellow belly slider turtles, and they call Augusta home. This project has been in the works now for 2 years. It's actually the second piece of art along this trail. All right, check this out. This is what Universal's newest theme park will look like. It's called Epic Universe. Universal hasn't said a whole lot yet on the rides that it will have, but it will have some shopping, some restaurants, and hotel options. Today, Universal announced the work is about to start again. Epic Universe was announced back in 2019, but work stopped last July because of COVID. Originally, the plan was to open by 2023, but we don't know yet if that's still on track. So much pushback because of COVID. A 75-year-old woman not letting a disease keep her from doing what she loves. We'll tell you how boxing and Parkinson's go hand in hand. Riley.
Having a beautiful afternoon today. High temperatures in the mid to low 60s, getting even warmer for a Thursday. Have a look at that coming up.
Teacher shortages, struggling students,
And one nonprofit's millions now under the microscope by state leaders.
In this case, it's the students who are being robbed.
Teach for America. Do the dollars make sense? An I-Team investigation Thursday on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Your independent Lennox dealer.
There is still no cure for Parkinson's disease, but some patients say they're boosting their quality of life one punch at a time. For one 75-year-old, she is not letting the disease keep her out of the ring. Tina Kraus has her story from London.
After landing her first few punches in a boxing ring, this 75-year-old grandma from Belgium was hooked.
Hello, I'm Nancy.
Nancy van der Straten was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 9 years ago.
I really use much medicines, and I discovered that's not enough. You have to move.
And she does, in her purple sneakers and shiny gloves. She believes boxing will slow down her illness.
After two hours training, you feel really better.
Neurologists back up her theory.
Because you move the legs, you have to make quick decisions, and all of these keep your brain active. Studies have shown that non-contact boxing is good for the brain, so it's of course good for Parkinson's disease.
U.S. researchers studied a non-contact boxing program called Rocksteady, designed for people with Parkinson's. They found the classes improved some non-motor symptoms of the disease, like fatigue, fear of falling, and anxiety, and also significantly boosted quality of life.
Instead of being miserable the whole week, you stand up and you say, oh, today, boxing.
Van der Straten perfects her punching 3 times a week and encourages others with Parkinson's to find a sport they love and stick with it. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Also a great stress relief. Researchers say people with moderate to severe Parkinson's took a little longer than those with milder symptoms to see the benefits of boxing, but that their hard work still paid off. So there you go. All right, outside it has been a wet day when we started, and Riley, what are we seeing in terms of rainfall amounts here? Because I feel like we're waterlogged.
For sure, Meredith. We're definitely well above normal so far for rainfall across the CSRA, and we actually added an additional 1 to 2 inches for most of us across the viewing area. Most of us here across the metro got between 1, 2, maybe even close to 2.5 inches in some places, where you're seeing that green color a little bit over 2 inches. That favors places around like Bel Air, Wheeler Road, towards Grovetown in southern Columbia County. Just north of North Augusta as well, they likely got close to 2.5. Inside Bobby Jones, anywhere between 1 to 2 inches. Had a few reports from around the Martinez area that did confirm that most locations around there did see around 2 inches. Further south, you can see a mix of 1 to 2. It looks like close to 3 inches was where we maxed out at, just between that Johnson and Emmanuel County line. But the good news is we are clearing out. No rain on the radar this afternoon, and not expecting any rain over the next couple of days. We are going to have high pressure be building over us, and that's going to keep our skies generally sunny, at least through Friday afternoon. But later today on Friday and early Saturday, we could bring back a few clouds. Nice look at downtown Augusta tonight, this afternoon. We are seeing temperatures generally in the 60s for most of us. We're currently at 64 at Daniel Field. Those west-northwest winds are helping bring in some dry air, which is going to help cool us off tonight, most likely hitting the mid-30s for many of us by early tomorrow. A mix of mid to low 60s currently across the board. We're at 62 in Aiken, 65 at Bushfield. Edgefield, you're at 65 as well. Same thing there in Louisville, down in Jefferson County. Now, it's going to be all dependent on where you live as far as how cool you're expected to get tonight. If you live across the metro, a lot of asphalt, concrete around your home, then most likely staying in the low 40s for temperatures tonight. But outside of the metro, that's where we're most likely going to find some 30s out there by early tomorrow morning. Clear skies tonight, calm winds as well, so those are the 2 things you really need to cool off very efficiently at night. High temperatures tomorrow, though. We should be able to hit 73 at Bushfield. I'm anticipating that will likely be one of the warmer spots, but many locations are expected to hit at least 70 tomorrow, so it should be beautiful out there. We did see some rain last night, early this morning, so if you need to wash the car, you're looking good for your Thursday, Friday. The next chance for rain is going to be late Friday into early Saturday, and not anticipating a whole lot. So you should be safe washing the car the next couple of days. For the weekend, though, 57 for a high on Saturday, bumping those up just a tad on Sunday. technically a little bit below average, but at least we'll take it. Generally dry conditions over the next few days, so it should be beautiful for us. Through the weekend, those temperatures going to drop off a tad, and overnight temperatures generally in the 30s and 40s for the next 7 days, so getting pretty chilly most nights all the way through next week. And then next week, those temperatures do start to bump up a tad. Should be able to hit the 70s again by the middle of next week.
All right, we'll take it. Thank you, Riley. Dr. Seuss books are now a top seller online, and the prices anywhere from around $1,000. This comes as the company pulled 6 books off the shelves after calls of racism. An employee at a Virginia library says the 12 Dr. Seuss books they did have were gone within 2 hours. People on both sides of the fence after the company released a statement yesterday saying the books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong.
I've read these books, and I honestly don't see it, but then I'm not coming from that direction. You know what I mean?
A lot of these books were, written in the 1930s, and it highlights, a time when a lot of this was going on, but it was wrong then, and it's wrong now.
The announcement to stop selling the 6 books came on Dr. Seuss's birthday. Now that the great toilet paper shortage of 2020 is behind us, thank goodness, how can you figure out the best deals when it comes to buying it? We'll show you what to use after the break.
Injured? It won't.
Foundations.
Okay, be honest. Did you do it? Did you rush to the store last year and stock up on toilet paper? Well, millions of us did. Jamie Tucker shows us the problem today isn't finding it. It's actually trying to find a bargain.
Well, it's hard to forget images like these from last March. Toilet paper aisles in nearly every store empty. TP is back in stock now, thank goodness, but now we've got another toilet paper problem. Comparing prices. Some brands have mega rolls, then there are super mega rolls, and then just plain old TP rolls. How could you possibly compare prices? And I promise I'm not making this up. I found a toilet paper calculator from an unbiased toilet paper expert online to help save you money. The TP calculator makes it easy to figure out how much brands charge per square or sheet, whether it's branded as Mega, Ultra, or Super Mega. It's as simple as this. We'll use this 4 mega roll pack of Angel Salt I found for $6. Each roll has 425 sheets. You enter that basic information into the TP calculator, and it determines you're paying 0.4 cents a sheet, which earns it a toilet paper value of an F grade. Quilted Northern 6 mega rolls for $7 also gets a failing grade, as does Charmin 6 super mega rolls, which claims it is equivalent to 36 normal rolls for $10. The only TP getting an A+ grade is Scott's 20 rolls of 1,000 sheets for $21, at least according to the calculator. Now, this calculator does not take into account things like ply and comfort and some of the other things important to toilet paper purchases, but if you are primarily concerned with getting a great value, this calculator can be a big help. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
I don't know if value is what we want in toilet paper, but okay. This toilet paper calculator is one of several you can find online with a simple Google search. So, hey, whatever floats your boat, right? If it's price or if it's thickness, hey, it's everyone's personal choice.
Quality over quantity. There you go. For the weekend forecast, keep your outdoor plans. We are expecting mostly dry conditions both Saturday and Sunday. Just can't rule out maybe a straight early shower Saturday morning. Now look at that 7-day for you just after the break.
Hi.
For tomorrow, we are expecting a beautiful spring-like day. We're expecting highs to get back into at least the mid to low 70s for many of us around Augusta. Now, Friday, we will cool off a little bit, and that's going to be the trend as we head into the weekend as well. A little bit below average Saturday and Sunday, but next week we will warm back up.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. The news continues here. First at 5 on News 12. Richard Rogers in the studio, pulling up to the desk as we speak. He'll join me in 2 minutes.